Welcome to Trinidad and Tobago to our News 4 report, a product of the Government Information Services Limited and the Ministry of Communications. I'm Nicola Barreto. Let's take a look at the headlines. National Security Minister to host nationwide debate on security policies. New traffic light and traffic restrictions along the Caroni-Savannah Road. And TNT Red Force storms into the semi-final of Champions League T20. Thank you for joining us. The proposal put forward by National Security Minister Senator the Honourable Captain Gary Griffith to host nationwide debate on security policies is being met with much approval. News 4 spoke to citizens to get their view on how they see this affecting policy creation and implementation.
National Security Minister Captain Gary Griffith is inviting political parties to a national debate on security policies. In one of his first statements as minister, he underscored crime as being an interest of every citizen, and tackling this issue as a nation should be done collectively. News 4 posed a question on some of the national security policies citizens think, if implemented, will aid in the fight against crime. Some citizens agree that an increase in joint patrols will do the job, while introducing more youth-based programs into society will prevent persons from entering a life of crime.
I think they should have more activities in the communities for the youths then, because a lot of youths have plenty free time and they have a lot of talented people, but they don't really have no way for them to showcase their talents, so they get involved in gang and unnecessary activities. But if you have more sports or things like poetry and stuff for people to join, then they wouldn't have the extra time to look to get involved in gang or to go and do drugs and stuff like that.
First of all, the patrol being done in a more proactive manner around the coastline of Trinidad and Tobago to prevent drugs from coming in. And two, I'd like to see something done for the people that, you know, they who are idle, have some programs in place, and there are programs in place, as a matter of fact, and these people should really be encouraged to do these programs more. And but the third thing that should really be done is that more confidence should be placed in the hands of the police officers, because apparently people don't really have much confidence in them.
You put in place a committee, non-partisan committee, probably coming under parliamentary approval, with expert you could tap into. Right? It will be headed by our chairman, but you could always look expert, outside opinion and so on, non-partisan, under parliamentary control.
I think a greater police presence on the roads would help curb crime in a serious way, because a lot of crime happening now only among the communities and stuff, but it's also on the roads, like where everyday people get robbed and those kind of stuff. So it's a police presence.
Joint patrols, more stringent policies, more effective policies, a shortening of the time it takes to prosecute people found breaking the law.
The objectives of the proposed debate is to assist in ascertaining proper national security policies that require implementation and deal with clarifying matters discussed in the past. Minister Griffith is also putting the Trinidad and Tobago Debate Commission on notice to coordinate this event. Several citizens expressed the view that while this is a step in the right direction, they are calling for greater implementation.
When people come together, it's have more discussion and people can share their ideas and have a wider view of ideas for them to debate on.
It's a good thing to get all the views of all the parties concerned. But at the end of it all, he's the Minister of National Security, and he would make the final decision, so it shouldn't really be a problem.
I think the debate on national security among the political parties has been continuing. It has been outside and inside in Parliament. So I don't think that will add anything new. It will just be more amping up the politicizing of national security. What you want to do is depoliticize it. So I don't think it adds anything, because debates continue among the political party. Even in the election campaign, you'll see they will be debating the policies and what they intend to do?
Yes, it should assist in helping to implement the policies, because I guess they would get a greater idea of all the causes of crime, and they would discuss it on a wider basis.
You get more views about the matter at hand. You get more persons who are versed on the matter to speak, and before you actually, put it into writing or as a law, you get people debating about it. You get people who have experience in that area, ironing out final issues and so forth before you put it into a law.
This is good. I find it taking long to do this thing, y'all. How much political parties we have in Trinidad and Tobago, and not one of them could come up with a solution. Let us sit down together and see how we could, not for the party's sake, but for country. Let me see how we could pull this thing together.
The debate commission is governed by 5 independent commissioners, and in recent weeks have called for more national debates as it pushes democracy to a new level. Kimberam Kalawan, News 4.
In other news, a new traffic light and traffic restrictions along the Caroni-Savannah Road will ensure a safer commute for motorists travelling through the Chaguanas district. Works and Infrastructure Minister Dr. The Honourable Surajratan Rambachan unveiled the changes and highlighted new traffic plans for the Central Borough.
Motorists driving along the Caroni-Savannah Road will now have to stop at the Pier Road junction before proceeding along the route, as new traffic lights have been installed to facilitate a smoother, safer flow of traffic. Works and Infrastructure Minister Dr. Surajratan Rambachan switched on the lights to signal the start of the new traffic changes in the area. He described the changes as small but effective in alleviating traffic across the country, as the area has been a sore spot on mornings for those passing through the Chaguanas district.
Here on Caroni-Savannah Road, it's a horror on mornings, especially with people leaving the highway and coming off onto the Caroni-Savannah Road. And here in particular, where there's been a tremendous increase in people living now, working and renting apartments and so on in the Felicity Pier Road area. We did a study and we decided that what was necessary here was a traffic light, which will allow freer movement of the traffic on the Caroni-Savannah Road, especially from east to west, or you may say south to north, and also coming across the road here. And immediately standing here this morning, I can see the difference it has made.
However, the changes also mean traffic restrictions for commuters coming off the Uriah Butler Highway onto the Charleville Road during peak hours. The minister explained this as necessary to the residents in the area trying to get out of their homes and to school and work.
Roads coming off the highway that lead into Charleville, they will be locked off at critical hours of 6 to 9 in the morning, and they're going to also be locked off between 3 and 6 p.m. in the afternoon. That will ensure that there's a freer flow of movement along the Caroni-Savannah Road. Because a lot of people, in order to get away from the highway traffic, they start on the highway and then come off on these side roads onto the Caroni-Savannah Road, and then it creates a whole backup in this area. This traffic light would also help with the traffic that goes into the major school complex, the Astor School Complex here in Charleville, where we have opened the road through the school compound that takes you onto the Pier Connector Road, creating a big roundabout effect, so that also will ease the traffic.
The minister says these changes will redound to attracting business to the borough of Chaguanas, as additional traffic alleviation plans will begin to roll out in the coming months.
We are looking at a number of other small things. Off the Mulchan-Suchan Road, we are looking to build a lay-by that will take you onto the highway coming north, rather than have to come all around by the gas station at the flyover and then go onto the flyover. So a number of smaller changes will be taking place by the Highways Division in the borough of Chaguanas.
The lights installed also feature a push button for pedestrians wishing to cross the roads. Meanwhile, the minister noted that within coming weeks, approximately 100 new traffic wardens will be recruited and trained to be placed across Trinidad and Tobago. This is expected to supplement the current batch in an effort to ensure traffic laws are upheld. Kimberam Kalawan, News 4.
Meanwhile, the Ministry of Works and Infrastructure Highway Division Traffic Management Branch wishes to advise all citizens that there will be a new traffic experimental scheme for John Peters Extension and Pier Road, Charleville.
In a press release, the Ministry of Works and Infrastructure stated the new traffic experimental scheme will be effective from October 2nd, 2013, Monday to Friday from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. except on public holidays. It further states that this traffic measure is to reduce the congestion and delays experienced at the Uriah Butler Highway John Peters Extension intersection, thus improving the flow along the Uriah Butler Highway. Motorists are asked to take note of the following. Motorists proceeding in a northerly direction along John Peters Extension must turn left at its intersection with Asaraf Road. That is, no entry to the Uriah Butler Highway northbound from John Peters Extension. Motorists shall proceed in a westerly direction on Pear Road between Caroni Savannah Road and John Peters Extension. And motorists shall proceed in a westerly direction on Asaraf Road between Caroni Savannah Road and John Peters Extension. For further information, please contact the Ministry of Works and Infrastructure's Traffic Management Branch at 791-1308. Nikolai Edwards, News 4.
When we come back, the 19th MSC Training Centre opens. Stay with us. The Metal Industries Company Limited has opened its Omera training facility. This is the 19th MSC Training Centre. And Minister of Tertiary Education and Skills Training, Senator the Honourable Fazal Karim, says more are to come.
The Metal Industries Company Limited is popular for its role in conducting the hype and must training programs. However, it is also responsible for training thousands of persons every year in vocational areas such as welding, industrial maintenance, electronics, machining, pneumatics and hydraulics, instrumentation and blueprint reading. Speaking at the opening of its new Omera training campus, Tertiary Education Minister Senator Fazal Karim says he foresees the facility serving at least 4,000 students in the Arima area. Minister Karim hopes the MSC training facilities and the schools in their areas will develop a mutual relationship which will see them both benefit immensely.
We are training young men and young women with these skills in carpentry, plumbing, masonry, construction skills. For example, the closest school to us, Malabar Secondary. And if there's a problem right here, immediately we can respond to you if you so require. And I'm making that offer again, and I'm telling the chairman of the board and the center managers, as we work with the Malabar Secondary School and the Borneo Secondary School, and Holy Cross and Arima and all the other schools, wherever schools are located close to our centers of training, we stand ready to assist with the competence and skills of our young boys and girls who will be able to find practice too.
He adds there are plans to expand the MSC training facilities so that persons in southeast Trinidad can also reap the benefits of the training programs.
Very shortly, as we launch today the 16th facility, that very shortly we'll be launching the 19th facility of the MSC. In 2014. I want to put the chairman of the MSC on notice that in 2015, I want him to launch the 20th center. In 2015, we can find opportunities abound in Trinidad and Tobago. So while we have MSC in the west, in Diego Martin, we have MSC in the east, in Sangre Grande, we have MSC in the southwest in Point Fortin. We'll have MSC in the central in Chagonas and around the corridor. I want to ask him to find a location for MSC in the southeast peninsula of Trinidad and Tobago, in the Rio Claro Mayaro area, to work and partner with industry. That will be our 20th center in 2015.
The Tertiary Education Minister insists that given the rapid expansion of the vocational training and tertiary education programs, there is no excuse for citizens and young people in particular to not take advantage of it.
Within the last 3 years from 2010 to now, never has this country seen an explosion of access and opportunity for education and training, and therefore no one in this country, no young boy or girl who has completed secondary education has any excuse for lying on the block or for sitting down home and becoming a part of what we call the NEET, not in education or employment or training. You must become part of the IET in education and training.
Gregory McBurney, News 4.
When we come back, Red Force dethrones Super Kings. Stay with us. Trinidad and Tobago stormed into the semi-final of the Champions League T20 with a commanding performance versus the Chennai Super Kings. The Red Force did not just advance but topped the group to set up a meeting in the Final Four with Karen Pollard and the Mumbai Indians. Wayne Cunningham has the details from the Delhi encounter.
Trinidad and Tobago won the toss and decided to field in their crucial Champions League T20 group stage match versus the Chennai Super Kings. Ravi Rampal lived up to his reputation as an early wicket taker when he gave the Red Force the perfect start by getting rid of the dangerous Mike Hussey in the second over. The Kings fought back well though, with a 55-run partnership between Murali Vijay and Suresh Raina. That was broken up by Lindell Simmons when he bowled Vijay with his first ball of the match in the 9th over, with a score on 62. Simmons also took care of the informed Raina to put the group leaders under pressure. Dwayne Bravo was the next to go for only 2, as Riyad Emrit atoned for some expensive overs in previous games by removing his countryman with the help of Dinesh Ramdin. Lindell Simmons was all over the place in this match. After Yannick Otley ran out Ravindra Jadeja for just 2, Simmons then took a fantastic catch off the bowling of Emrit to get rid of captain MS Dhoni in the 17th over for a troubling 25. Wickets fell constantly following his departure, with no one managing a score in double figures. As Simmons continued to be involved all over the pitch. TNT dismissing the Kings for 118, with Riyad Emrit ending with figures of 3 for 21 in 3.4 overs. The TNT run chase was as impressive as the bowling. With Evan Lewis and Simmons hitting some impressive shots in his 79-run first wicket partnership, which virtually took Chennai out of the match. Lewis was the first to go in the 11th over, but by that time, the damage was done. He made 38. And Simmons continued to do his damage. He was dismissed for 63 in the 15th over, with just 3 needed for victory. With his 2 wickets for just 10 runs, 2 catches and a run-out, Simmons completed an all-round man-of-the-match performance to help Trinidad and Tobago to the top of Group B. TNT will face the Mumbai Indians on Saturday for a place in the final. Wayne Cunningham, News 4 Sports.
When we come back, CCC's graduation. Stay with us. The Civilian Conservation Corps has once again successfully completed training of a number of young persons who are expected to take up the mantle of being tomorrow's leaders and role models.
CCC changing everything. CCC take the time, they take the money, the time, and they're doing something different because CCC in our rap is life-changing. Keep focused to achieve your purpose. That in my brain, they keep stuffing like turkeys on Christmas. And at the same time, the more nonsense I do, the more love they keep on showing. Like a mother to her child, hey, be very careful, be careful the path you walk, and young children heed to good counsel. That's what the Bible says, and the good counsel is what CCC gives us.
The Civilian Conservation Corps held its Cycle 1302 graduation ceremony at UWI Spec St. Augustine on Wednesday. The day marked the end of a 6-month journey that saw hundreds of young men and women across Trinidad and Tobago acquire the skills and training to become empowered citizens with a new lease on life. The CCC program is designed to provide an intervention mechanism to assist in the empowerment of socially marginalized young adults between the ages of 16 to 25 years.
It is clear that youth crime has become a national development, national security, and arguably national healthcare imperatives. We know that building more institutions of learning, increasing the size of the security service, installing fancy technological equipment, and continuous handouts has not and will not solve our crime problem. Hence, it is only the rewiring of the mind with positive attitudes and behavior, proper ethics, sound morals and values, discipline, a positive service mentality, and national pride that will have long-term effectiveness.
The theme of this year's ceremony was Keep Focus to Achieve Your Purpose. Major Richardson congratulated the graduates on their academic success, which has equipped them with skills to make a living and raise their self-esteem.
Our recreational programs not only allow our youth to relax, but they also provide healthy peer interaction, physical exercise, teamwork, camaraderie, and helps to form positive friendships. These programs are designed to fit the personalities and skills of our different trainees and include sport, dancing, music, cooking, outings and field trips, board games, and many other activities. These trainees are proud of winning the volleyball competition, winning the prize for the best queen on parade, and placing 3rd overall at the Ministry of National Security annual sports competition. They can also attest to the fun time they have had taking part in all recreational activities.
The Civilian Conservation Corps, which falls under the remit of the Ministry of National Security, has produced model citizens and continues to give young persons an opportunity for success. Nikolai Edwards, News 4.
Well, that's how we wrap up this edition of our News 4 report, a product of the Government Information Services Limited and the Ministry of Communications. I'm Nicola Barreto. Thank you for joining us.